It's been a while since I've done one of these, and I'm very excited to be back because this is just something fun for me. Like, I literally am not doing it at all for anybody else other than myself to like have these videos to look back on. And what's fun is that I already have like a little handful of them. So to like go back and see where I was at versus where I'm at now is just, it's inspiring for myself. So one thing that I've been feeling called to speak about is a person's success, and how I truly feel that every single one of us is worthy of success, but also capable of being successful. Success is something that's defined differently than others. And for me, like, I had to get to this point in the last, like, since September. Definitely since September. Well, it was before then, but definitely since September have I actually been like doing disciplined work every single day, every single night. Like, I'm really making a point of like reprogramming myself. Reprogramming my subconscious and my beliefs and my habits and my relationship with myself and therefore everyone else. And it's weird because like I've got to this point now that I'm like far enough in my journey that I truly can feel and say that like I reprogrammed myself to be a blank soul, to have no past, to have no preconceived nothing, like everything's just brand new. And I've just kind of like reset my life in that way. And the benefit of it has been because I used to have all these beliefs that I was like through conditioning, through every like socializing with others, through everything. Like everything in my life was like pre-thought for me, and I never really realized like how much of my mental chatter was actually just somebody else's voice. And so like no wonder I became this enemy to myself, because I'm not saying I didn't know myself. I felt like 5 years ago, well, 6 years ago, I was like at a really peak point in terms of like spirituality, health, goals, success. Up to that point, like I was really doing a lot of things that were positive for myself. And literally overnight, it was kind of like taken away in a sense. So it vanished. So like since then, I've just been trying to like piece myself together and figure out like, what the heck? you know? And then wondering like, why do I feel so far from myself? And why do I feel like I don't know how to get back to myself? And then after like becoming a mother 3 times over, moving across country and back, like back to back summers, you know what I mean? Like it's almost like I've had to just go through all of these things to put myself in this new position, in this new role in my life, but then have all these things stripped away from me so that when I'm rebuilding myself, it really is like the true me. It's the authentic me. It's the most purest version of me. And like, again, watching these videos of myself from like October, November, whatever, even whenever the last one was, it's just like, wow. Like I can remember myself of where I was at that point, and where I was at the, months before that, and where I'm at now, and where I know I'm headed. So this is what I'm talking about. Success is like, anyone can be successful. You could be successful finishing your favorite series. You know what I mean? Watching those 12 hours a day, every single day until the show's done. Like that could be successful to somebody. You could make $1 billion. You could start a $1 billion company. Like that would obviously be successful to a lot of people. It's just really like defining what success is to you, and figuring out like the small steps that you can get there, but also along that way, in order to maintain the success, in order to appreciate the success, it's really like building that relationship with yourself. And I got to this point after everything was stripped away, all that, getting to this question within me that was like, okay, I have a decision to make. I can either be my own best friend or I can be my worst enemy. Like, what am I going to choose here? What have I been doing before? And like, that's where like filtering my thoughts, my beliefs, anything that comes into my energy is now like put through a micron screen before it actually hits me. So it's like, if somebody's opinion, if somebody's belief, if somebody's behavior, if a thought, if I start speaking to myself a certain way internally, I'm really asking myself, like, whose voice is this? Where is this coming from? Is this me? Or is this just past conditioning from others, you know? And not blaming those people for their conditioning. It's just, again, really solidifying my relationship with myself. It's what I've been doing. And it just feels so good to feel like I'm back to myself, but better. And I feel like because of this whole process, like I've proved to myself that like no matter what's stripped away, no matter what's taken from you, no matter, like, these are all perceived things, but no matter what, like I am myself, I am me. And like removing any kind of doubt when it comes to like a goal or a manifestation that I'm working on or anything like that, it's really been like every opportunity that I have a chance to grow, I've just been taking it. I've been seizing the opportunity, you know? I've been making sure that like I don't give up on myself. I'm proving to myself by like these micro commitments or these micro promises to myself that I'm like, I'm gonna do this, and then I follow through with it. For example, going out for a brunch with some ladies that I've never met before other than one of them, you know, like kind of putting myself out there because I've been calling in female friends. So it's like, and now that I've completed this, it's like, hey, now my subconscious knows that I'm somebody that follows through with what I'm gonna say. I am capable of being social. I'm, you know, like, it's silly, but like, I know, whatever. Some people will understand it and some won't, but that's fine. So again, like, combing through my beliefs so that I become my most successful version of myself. That is essentially what I am doing. Well, okay. I'm not posting this. I'm just talking to myself here. I've just been, okay, no, let me get into it. I've just been through a journey, a fucking journey. Okay? I've just decided I'm not posting this, so now the real me comes out. I've been through a fucking journey, alright? Like, an hour and a half away from the closest anything, like, with 2 children, 2 and under, hauling our own water, like, going an Alberta winter without hot water for 2 months straight. Like, there's just certain things that I've endured. But like realizing that all these things are not happening to me, it's happening for me. And this is like the biggest thing. And it's funny, somebody's watching me talk to myself right now, but I don't care. Again, this is just something that I've like come to know in myself, that that's funny, one of my girlfriends was texting me. What was I saying? Being somebody that, I don't know, whatever. I've deprogrammed myself. I've literally deprogrammed myself. And it's so amazing because I feel so much more free. I feel, obviously, like I said, a lot more myself. I feel like every decision and every thought that is coming to me is like my mind is like, I was thinking this on the drive-in. Like, my mind is like, there's a blockade of like high-tech security in terms of like surveillance of like what is allowed to pass through the gate. And once it passes that gate, what is being filtered through the micron screens that is eventually going to seep into me, right? So like an ex-people pleaser, realizing there needs to be a boundary. For me, energetically, there has to be an energetic boundary that like separates me, what's the word? Like absorbing other people's energy and other people's beliefs and all of that, and not taking them on as my own. And like, and then from there, not feeling like I'm the one that has to solve that for them, or like I need to cater to those emotions or that belief. I need to now change myself to adhere to others. And like for 30 years, like I literally did that. I lived that way, and it got me to the point where like I've done it my entire life, that it was like I don't even know what I like anymore. And now getting to this point where I'm like, hey, no, delete everybody else, delete everything else, delete all my beliefs, delete everything. Like I'm talking real reprogramming. Delete it all. Blank soul. What, as my new self, as my true self, what am I taking forward? And again, something like this, like sitting here recording myself, talking to myself, and there's a lady with her dog sitting and watching me, and like I'm totally fine with it, because I know that it doesn't matter what anybody thinks about me now, because I've got to this point that I literally I'm nothing but me. And like I used to always think that that was like, if you were doing that, if you were just being yourself and you weren't catering to the emotions of everyone around you, then you were just being inconsiderate or disrespectful or just not courteous to that person. And that's a fucked up belief. That's a fucked up way to make a child think and grow and to perceive the world, and to truly just like stomp on their own selves. Like if you want a person to stomp on their own selves, be their own worst enemy, then do that. And so that's where, like, for me, removing, like I said, deleting programs, deleting beliefs, but removing certain people from my life in order to grow, in order to heal, and like not just surface level shit. Like I'm saying, like, no more band-aid solutions. Like, what is the root of this issue? And let me pour into that. Let me fix that. Let me heal that. So that, like I was saying, now I'm unshakable. Now I know who I am. Now I believe the things that I actually believe, not what other people believe. Not just following, what you're taught, or whatever, society, all that. But I'm just saying, like, to honor your real self. And again, this is where the success comes in. Like, my relationship with money has been, without even realizing, first of all, that you can have a relationship with money. But second of all, just realizing like how toxic of a relationship it was, and how skewed, and like most people, like how I put money on the pedestal instead of myself. And none of this is ego based. It's all purely like energetically. Where's the hierarchy of all this? So for me, it was like another woman. It's so funny. For me, it was like figuring out what do I even like in life? Because for me, I wanted to live in the middle of nowhere. I wanted to be a speck on the earth, less than that, like I wanted to be away from people. I wanted to be far away in the woods. I wanted to be in a tiny house. Like I wanted to like shrink myself down in the most microscopic way that a person possibly can. And then simultaneously be asking for my community to find me. Like when I started like really asking myself, like, why do I want this? Why do I desire that? Why do I believe this about myself? Why do I believe this is the way that my life is meant to be? Why am I saying no to certain things? Why am I saying yes to certain things? And again, it wasn't until I started actually like removing these extremely toxic people, extremely, I don't want to say brainwashed, but like these people who are running purely on their own conditioning. That's it. It's just conditioned thought that they're regurgitating. Like once I removed those kinds of people and started allowing more authentic people to enter my life, and to start practicing my own authenticity. Once I started doing that, things like literally, I can literally see the doors opening all in front of me. Like everything is just opening wide all at once, and it's fucking amazing. And I really have been like making sure that I'm giving gratitude for this journey. Again, something like this, like being able to reflect on like where I've come, where I'm going, where I've been, all these things, and like seeing that like even though it's like these micro little changes every single day, or these micro decisions, it's saying yes or saying no when I would have said the opposite previously. It's like really watching the transformation that's happening. And like, because it was something that like, it's because it's only been like a certain amount of time, like say 6 months, it's just insane. And I feel like obviously like a lot of people aren't going to be able to see that transformation on the outside, at least maybe not yet, maybe some, but like not to the full scope. And that's what I'm like the most excited for, is that because I've been practicing this state of myself for long enough, it is inevitable that the outside is starting to show, starting to peek through, but like continuing to do that. And like the feeling of feeling so much more sure about myself, less worried about what the fuck other people think about me. Again, if someone's watching me while I'm talking to myself in a vehicle, who cares? Who fucking cares? For me, this is therapeutic. For me, this is helping me. Again, this is a chance for me to look back and reflect on my own life. It also is an opportunity for like whether people are doing it or not, but like seeing if like I'm acting as a mirror. We're all acting as mirrors for each other, but like if I'm acting as a mirror and something's triggering you, well, that's something within you. It's not me. You know? And again, ex people pleaser, that belief was a hard one to like accept, because it was difficult for me to be okay with quote unquote possibly hurting somebody else's feelings based on how I'm acting, which is ultimately making me feel good about myself, which is ultimately making me feel like I'm being my best self. So again, why would I be watering myself down for that? And then again, like realizing it is literally impossible to please everybody. So I feel like my life is just gonna be, and already is, but my life is so much better when I don't care what other people think. Go me. Oh, it's funny. I felt like my child self being like but like scared to say it, but like that's my deepest, like that is a deep belief of mine. So like not, and it's a huge lesson that I've had to learn. So again, like all these things happening for me, not to me, but for me, and taking every like presumed or a perceived missed opportunity as a chance to continue to grow and to keep developing and to solidify certain beliefs even deeper within myself. Like that's what I'm doing. Yeah, it's been a bit. So anyway, I have so much more I want to say to myself. I never really get this kind of time to just sit and talk to myself, but I'm proud of you. I'm so excited. Like the future self voicemail. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to make a video for actual like YouTube, but anyways, I'm just so excited to be living my best life. Living my best life now. Living my best life. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm friggin' doing. And it's been too friggin' long for me to not. And anyone who's bothered for it, I fucking invite you to try to be your own best friend. Just for one day. You know? Actually, no, let me say a week. Be your own best friend. Be your own best friend for a week. Because that first day might feel fake. That second day might be difficult to get through. But by the end of that week, man, when you've actually like done that, I feel like you will feel the change within yourself. And it'll be noticeable of like certain things that the universe shifts in your favor because you're treating yourself with love and kindness. Like, again, talk to yourself like your own best friend. You would not be talking horrible, mean, degrading thoughts, and if you were, that person would not be your friend anymore. Okay, so don't do it. I'm just gonna make a bold statement here, but anybody who's not happy with themselves or with their life is because they're not happy with themselves. It's period. Like that's a fact. You can't love yourself deeply and all of that and just be extremely dissatisfied with your life and be blaming everybody and all the circumstances. You can't be doing that. Like it literally is about you. So just love yourself. It's so much easier. It's so much more fun. That's what life is for. That's what life's about. You have the choice, though. You have the choice to say yes or to say no. So it's up to you, right? Delete your programs. That's all.